Whatever you accept without critical thinking and afterthought is probably bullshit. Welcome to Gunpowder Philosophy. I'm your host, Sergio. Now today I wanted to get into the topic of indoctrination. Like, why is it such a big deal? Why is it such a big problem as I see it? Now, as I do this show and as you live your life, you must understand that you should accept nothing. I don't give a damn if it's something that I say or something that somebody else says. And just like you may not know me, so my words may not hold as much weight as somebody who's been in your ear for years, for decades, for centuries. So I'm not trying to overinflate myself when I say when you listen to me. So I just wanted to break that down. But when you listen to any speaker or anything that's supposed to be teaching you something, you need to understand that your antennas shall never go down. You should always be on high alert. Just because somebody is well spoken and they're articulate, or they wrote some shit down in a book, or they put some shit on TV, or they put some shit on the radio, or wherever it is we get our information from, social media. When you don't do background, you lose. Just like in a relationship, you call yourself spying on your significant other, and you find out the real person that person might be. That's how you should find out your information. That's how you should find out your knowledge. Through knowledge, that's how courage comes. But what is knowledge? We're going to get into that today on Gunpowder Philosophy. What is true knowledge? What is irrefutable facts? We need to understand that in order to understand different concepts. Because I don't just think I'm part of a retarded world. I think I'm part of a world that could be changed. And what I mean by retarded world, we go along to get along. And goddamn it, I don't give a fuck how you think how the word retarded might make you feel on Gunpowder Philosophy. Let me tell you why I don't. Because I was born with a handicap. And I was called that word my whole fucking life. I didn't like it. But the thing is, I'm going to use it because it's been used on me so many times. And I don't give a fuck. So in this context, I'm going to break this down to why I think the world has gone batshit crazy. And it is because of indoctrination. When you pick something up and you go along with it simply because you didn't do your own research, simply because your mama told you, simply because your pastor told you, they lie too. And if you don't think so, you must still believe in Santa Claus. Everybody lies. The best parent, the worst parent, it don't fucking matter. Whether your pastor can preach or whether they can't preach, it don't fucking matter. Whoever giving you information, they have the propensity, they have the full capabilities to tell a lie. So we should stop acting like lies only come from skeptical characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because a motherfucker, you think that this motherfucker here, he clean cut, it ain't anything shady about him. You might feel a warm feeling in your heart about whoever this person is. You might love this person, but they still can tell you a lie. That's basic knowledge. That is so basic, but you don't understand how many people still don't know the basic knowledge. Because the knowledge you think you do know is just one small circle. That's all. You got a whole nother circle outside of the circle that you think you got. We don't know what we don't know. And that's why I would rather know something than have faith in something. Wouldn't you rather know there's a God than to have just faith? Wouldn't you rather know certain shit? We go on knows any other time in our life. Any other time. You know for a fact, if you go to work and you hit that clock, you know you finna get a check. You know it. You know if you wash your ass, you gonna get out the tub with clean ass. It's just a fact. But why is it in certain situations we'll accept questionable theories? We'll accept questionable, shit you supposed to have. They say, you just believe it. Either you have it or you don't. Run me my money. Either you know it or you don't. Plain and simple. Let's stop bullshitting. And you wonder why you in a bullshit culture. Because all we do with each other is bullshit. We horse shit. We know the truth and we hide it. We can find the truth, but we too scared to go to the next door and open it. You know why? Because that erases something in you that you've grown comfortable with. When you scared to open that door, what you're really doing is you providing protection. You providing safehood for the lie. That's all you doing. You covering up the lie. So, what is indoctrination? The Webster, I'm just bullshitting, I don't even use Webster. The Oxford, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I got this from Oxford. I did these notes a while ago, so just bear with me. But they're good notes, because I write shit down. Anyway, indoctrination. Indoctrination is the process of teaching a person or group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. Wow. Didn't I just say that? Like, really? You accepting a bunch of beliefs. What do we believe? If you think all I'm talking about here is religion, you have missed the mark. We believe so much shit. We believe so much shit without questioning. We believe bad things about ourselves. We believe bad things about other people. We believe certain shit exists that don't exist. All because we scared of this one 3-letter word. Everybody out here bad. But one word takes you in your house to hide. One word. Why? Why? Why must I go to church? Why must I read the Bible? Who told me I had to be this way? Huh? Who told me I still had to be a slave in 2019? And oh yeah, by the way, like Kanye was saying, slavery, it ain't just no black shit no more. Oh, it's everybody. It's everybody. Everybody is caught in a loop. And I'm not saying I know everything, because I do not. But I'm also aware of the fact that I do not know. That's step one to knowing more than what you knew yesterday. It ain't about knowing everything. It's about knowing more than what you knew yesterday. Step one to knowing what you knew yesterday, knowing what you didn't know, is admitting that your ass don't know. Is admitting that it's a part of you that know deep. You might have to dig deep for this motherfucking question, but it's in there. It's a part of you that know on certain shit and on certain topics that you've been lied to or you've been fed a bunch of horse shit. I'm going to mention another topic right now, but it's going to be another show. But you know what? Hip-hop. That's a level of bullshit that we have accepted that has ruined our motherfucking culture. Hip-hop was culture. Hip-hop is culture. But the current hip-hop has ruined us as a people. It really has. But like I said, that's another show for another day. Because I'm not just here to pick on any one group or particular group of people. All I'm saying is, on any level, there could be a lie. And it is your job to find it. Everything you watch on fucking TV, just about, a motherfucking lie. The news too. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist. You can call me whatever you want to, because I don't give a fuck. Because that's the step one thing they do when they ready to indoctrinate your ass. They start calling you a name. They start putting you in a box. So if you didn't voluntarily go in the box, if you don't voluntarily go in the box, what you voluntarily do is, what you voluntarily do is, they're going to put you in that motherfucker anyway. Period. And that may not be voluntary. Sorry. It may not be. So if you don't voluntarily go in that box, they're going to pick your ass up and they're going to place you where they think you belong. See, when you came out, when everybody came out the vagina, you was placed. You was placed. I don't care who you are and what you believe. This culture is so goddamn bad that instead of us coming out on our own and being our own free people, we've been placed in a certain spot. We've been placed to believe and to think a certain way. Because they feel like, oh, humans are not smart enough to know for themselves, to come up. So there must be a system set up to where we can do what the fuck we want y'all to do. The royal families, the people that really rule this motherfucker. We're gonna have y'all do this so the outcome can be that. That is the reason for indoctrination. You gotta understand that. And if I don't die no other way, I want to die a free-thinking man. A man who came up with his own ideas. I don't give a fuck if you liked it. I stopped really participating in Facebook years ago. I'm still on there. I still post shit. But now I'm to the point, I don't post the same shit everybody else posts. I don't do what everybody else do. I should have been like this. And I was like this. But now I'm coming out of this shell of like not giving a fuck. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. It ain't for you to get. I want to set my own model up. That's what this show is. It's not about me being perfect. I don't know everything. It's about me setting my way up and going my own way. Everybody should go their own way. Period. Mentally. And then, at certain times, maybe certain days out the week, maybe certain months out the year, we should all come together and compare notes. But if we all believe the same thing, that's when you know you in the box. That's when you know something ain't right. That's when you know. And what awakened me to this shit, one of the things was when a certain shooter, I won't mention his name, he went up in this church and he killed 8 people. He killed 8 people in the house of the Lord. In the house of the Lord. Let that sink in. He went in the church and he killed people. Sound familiar? Hold that thought. Another killer that shall remain nameless. He went into another church. He killed 4 little girls. Put a pin in that. You see what I'm saying? So if they can come in your house of the Lord and kill you, what does that say about the text that you believe? Because they weren't in the street. They weren't doing anything wrong. They weren't doing nothing illegal. They was in the house of the Lord praying. That's what they were doing. And you mean to tell me they still died? It's more to this story. It gotta be. It gotta be. And I know, that's a sensitive topic, and I'm not trying to offend the people that were involved in those, but certain stuff hit certain people a certain way. And that hit me to the point of where I started to do my own internal work. And I started to really look at this earth for what it really is and what the situation really was. When you don't exercise free will and free thought, you setting yourself up. And that's not to offend anybody, but you are setting yourself up because you got your guard down. Faith versus I knew. We knew that we should have better protected ourselves. We knew that. But I had an auntie tell me about these same events because I brought it up. She said, "Oh, I don't worry about that. Oh, the Lord got me." Oh, really? Or did he give you a brain so you can have yourself? And again, that's no offense to nobody. I love black people. It's no offense. But I'm just trying to drive home a point here. That's what happens when you allow yourself to be that way. Your guard gets dropped. And we all susceptible to this. Because I was a member of the church. And I'm not saying that I don't believe in God, because I firmly do believe in God. That's the big misconception. That if you're not in the church, if you're not singing glory, glory, hallelujah, if you're not singing Amazing Grace, then you're not close. You're not connection. You don't have a connection. So, but you don't understand how Obama and the Democrats, he duped y'all in the same way they allowed Christianity to dupe us all. He duped y'all in the same way, man. Instead of solving you the president. Now I understand the people are emotional. I understand the people are upset. But as a president, don't you supposed to be a man of action? And before you fix your lips and say, well, you know what have you done? Not a damn thing, because I'm not an activist. I'm not a president. I'm just a man with an opinion pointing out facts. That's it. So before you try to divert or dilute this argument, you can't. Because this is a theory show. And if you don't like my theory, get the fuck off my show. So, like I was saying, Obama did that shit, man. He didn't do it. I'm not saying that. I said that wrong. I'm not saying that he went in and did that shit. No. I'm saying he did the shit far as the indoctrination tip. Cause see, hope is when you close your hand but get nothing in return. When you believe, when you close your eyes and you don't get a goddamn thing. He didn't say a guarantee. He said hope and change. Hope and change what? Do what? But when them white kids died, and then against white people or white kids, I'm just pointing out a fact. When they died, shit. What was that, school? He shed a tear, and he was talking about legislation. So, they get legislation. But then when you turn around and you go to this black funeral over here, they get Amazing Grace. And black people, we pretty much content. We happy. He sung and he danced for us. And now we back to clapping and eating Popeyes sandwiches. Don't we all sound like niggas? Don't we all? Don't we all? Because we never broke out the original mode of indoctrination. And you know another word that is synonymous with indoctrination? Do you want to know another word? Teaching. So, whenever somebody is teaching you, you can allow yourself to be taught. There's nothing wrong with being taught. But you're supposed to be analyzing. Fuck the teacher and her homework until you analyze what the fuck is being said. Period. Fuck the teacher and her classwork until you put it in your mind. But see, public education don't allow you to do that in just 8 hours. And they wouldn't tell you that. Because from day one, you're trained really to never challenge the teacher. And the minute you do, you become the outlaw of the class. But see, I was an outlaw of the class too. But see, I didn't get in trouble. I was a nice outlaw. I knew how to phrase my questions and phrase my statements to where they didn't really sound like arguments against the teacher, but it made the teacher go, oh damn, I never thought about it that way. I know you didn't, because I used my own brain. And that is the power of not being indoctrinated. That is the power of pine salt, baby. That is the juice that we all want. That is the smoke that they don't want none of. A free thinker. And the first role of being a free thinker is unchaining your mind. And that is the point of gunpowder philosophy. To shoot through old concepts so we can all make new ones. Plan, plot, strategize, and bomb first, as Tupac would say. That's what this is. That's how we grow. That's how we know on gunpowder philosophy. Always know the difference of somebody who's telling you what to think versus someone telling you how to think. The person I want to be and the legacy I want to leave with this little podcast or this little show is not to tell you what to think. I don't give a fuck what you think, for real. If I did, I wouldn't be doing no dumbass, kooky ass show called Gunpowder Philosophy if I really cared what you thought. But see, I'm not interested in telling you what to think. I want to enlighten people, and not saying I'm the best at this because I grew at this every day too. I want to enlighten people, including myself, on how to think. How we always say iron sharpens iron. But where's the iron? Who's being the iron? Not too many people. Because we all think we got it figured out. But the moment we realize we do not have it all figured out, is the moment we begin as individuals to figure it out. Because if you're going to follow the herd, there's no sense of following the herd if we all going the wrong way. So, being a follower will only get you so far. So you might as well be a leader. You might as well be a free thinker. You might as well. Because you didn't come up with that theory. And one thing that woke me up from religion and into my spiritual path was the fact that religion scares the fuck out of me. It just does. You know, it's like that music at the end of the day. Dun, 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 you going to hell. No. Nuh-uh. That is the same thing that a 5-year-old does to another 5-year-old when they want one 5-year-old to do what the fuck they say. I'ma tell mama and she gonna get you. You gonna you gonna get a whooping. So now I'm supposed to straighten up and fly right. But I was never one of them kids either. Because if I felt like what I was doing was justified, I'd be the one to tell my mama, hey, I don't care if I get a, and my mama did with my ass. She did. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to stand on principle. At the end of the day, I don't think this right because of blah, blah. And I might be getting my ass whooped, but I'm going to stand on it. And because of that, religion in a certain way to me, it teaches you, it instructs you on how to be a coward. It does. Like it or not, it does. It teaches you how to be nimble. It teaches you how to be lowly. There's nothing wrong with being humble. But I don't want my daughter so scared of me that she can't ask me a question. If you're above me, you shouldn't be above questions. Because you're above me. You're all-knowing. You're omnipotent. And if God didn't want me to think, why the fuck he gave me a brain? That's kind of counterintuitive when you tell somebody to believe over no. You don't tell me to believe over no. Who are you? Somebody, whoever wrote the Bible and passed it down. Multiple people, edited versions. They wrote it and they passed it down. So now I'm supposed to accept it as it was written. And you think you bold when you say that. That don't really make you bold. And once again, this is not a slight against God at all. It's a slight against organized religion across the board. That's my problem. That's the issue I got. Because I believe in God. Because somebody put the outside here. Somebody put the stars here, the moon here. Man ain't that damn smart. We dumb. Myself included. We really are babies to this universe, to this world. So that's common sense. So before somebody try to make the atheist argument, that's just common sense to me that I didn't put myself here, that my mama didn't put herself here, that my grandmama didn't, and so on and so forth. All the way back to whatever slave I'm kin to. They didn't put themselves here. They didn't. But since they were put here, we all owe it to ourselves and to the world in general to ask questions. So that was my problem too with the church. They would always tell me, you know, what to think. They knew it all. They knew. They had, apparently they got a list at the front in a book or something that says who going to hell and who going to heaven. And they say only God know this. Only God got this list. Okay, why the fuck you telling me I'm going to hell then? If only God know, then you should shut the fuck up, huh? We should be at home, huh? Like Juvenile said, huh? We should be at home, huh? We still should be in the bed on Sunday, huh? Keep your altar clean, huh? For real. Joel Osteen said, fuck you can't come to my church. It's clean to him. It's too clean for the streets. Church too clean for the streets. It's too clean for critical thought. Now you gonna sit your ass and we paid all them money for them chairs? Not on this altar. Pastor gonna get you. Pastor gonna be mad. Anybody wanna go buy Pastor chicken sandwich? Pastor. I love Pastor. Pastor. What we gonna do, Pastor? Oh shit. You drop your pacifier, motherfucker. You drop your pacifier. Pastor? Pacifier? Sounds like to me. Pastor? Pacifier? Yeah. Do you really wish to change the environment in which we live? How can you change the environment by thinking the same old shit? Like, how can you do that? Is that possible? Huh? Can you really change your environment with the same thought you woke up with in '03? I mean, you ain't did shit about this thought. This thought ain't really advanced nobody. But you just clinging on to it. You just holding on to it. Ancient times. God gonna come back. God gonna come back to save a ranch like me. He put us down his ranches. He put us down here fucked up. If I go exactly by all holy books, we're nothing. We're unworthy. You won't let nobody, no person, tell you that you are unworthy. You're spitting that person, the right person, will spit another motherfucker. If a motherfucker come up to you and say, you ain't nothing, I hope you die, you'll probably spit on that bitch, and rightfully so. But that's exactly what the Bible tells you. That's exactly what he tells you in that Bible. So that's what I'm saying. There's more to God. Because humans are too basic to even conceptualize God. You ain't never saw him. So how do you know? Faith without works is dead. That's right. Your work that you got to do to get to God is your motherfucking intellect. That's your work. Are you mentally sharp? Are you really prepared? Because if you're not, I want to tell you that his return is you. His return is me. His return is all us coming to our motherfucking senses, getting on our motherfucking feet, and solving our own goddamn problems. Period. Black people, we've been waiting. We've been waiting. Nobody's, I ain't gonna say nobody, but the culture is not working. You got people in the culture that put in work. You got people in the culture that's telling the truth. You got people in the culture that's actually hands-on and doing shit. But until the culture itself wakes up. See, everybody, we got certain people and certain groups. Yeah, these groups mean well. These people, they mean well who's putting in work. And I'm not finna call not one name because we all know who does for the community, who don't, all this and that. Yeah, that's fine. They all good. They all angels in my book. But until the culture itself does the work, we're going to stay exactly the same. Until we get in and tackle these mindsets and these beliefs and tackle them how they supposed to be tackled. Unapologetically, with candor and truth, we gonna be fucked up. Cause see, that's where all the bickering comes from. Because your indoctrination or your teaching, it doesn't match mine. So therefore, we're gonna sit down here and we're gonna argue. We're gonna fight. But at the end of the day, does that get anybody to their goal? What are your goals? Are you writing them down? Or are you just writing out the next chapter of Luke or whatever they do, at church? What are you doing? What are you doing? We ask questions here. That's why I'm a philosopher. Because I love to question everything. Don't mean I'm a devil. It means I'm a thinker. Cognition. The mental act or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. So with cognition, based on this definition, you're basically there at the problem. You're in the problem, and you're figuring out this problem by your motherfucking self. Period. Everybody has to walk their own way. Everybody. I told my girlfriend when my child was a little baby, let her fall. Don't let her go toward danger that will kill her. But yeah, teach her about danger. Let her go to danger. Let her fall on her ass. Because next time, she'll use cognition not to do that. Next time, and that's what I like about being a dad. Because my daughter is super goofy. And it is my job to help guide her and ground her and force her to use cognition. And I'm still working at this. It's a long process. But that's what parenting is, man. Realizing your child's weakness and aiding to help them fix it. But then once that child grows, that child should also know, hey, okay, I've been taught this so far, so now it's time for me to go on my own. Now it's time for me to use my own brain. As a culture, we're used to other people doing our thinking. We're not used to doing it individually. That's why we always need a leader. That's why we always need somebody to come up and say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? How come you didn't do that? No. Well, you could just be a free spirit and we can all fly together. Our own unique style. I hate the fact even we indoctrinated down to our fashion. Niggas want to wear the same shit. They want the same shirt you got on, the same pants you got on, the same cologne you got on, the same shoe you got on. They listen to the same rappers you listen to. Y'all so boring. Everybody bored. You just want to do what the next nigga doing. Why? Why not go your own way? That's real. That's thugging. Shit, that's gangster. Whatever y'all say now. That's lit. Shit, do your own thing. Shit. But you're too scared. You're scared. Because even on the streets, it's indoctrination. One word, one word. Listen to the sound of one word. One word. One word. And that's what we're going to get into probably on the next time. Hip-hop. And how that is affecting the culture. How it used to affect the culture and how it's affecting culture now. And if we don't fix it, how we all, and white people too, because y'all listen to dumb shit too, we all are gonna remain stupid as fuck. Yeah. Because it's about getting to the next level. It's not about knowing everything. It's impossible. I can learn as much and give out as much as I can, but I can never know everything. I can never know. Never. Why you think there's so many stupid people with degrees? I know stupid bishops. You spent that long in the church, that long in school, and it's still something about you that's just off. And it's not to knock nobody who went through what they went through to get what they got, but it's just something I noticed with culture in general. It seems like sometimes the higher we climb, we really don't change nothing inwardly. A lot of people just stay the same. Not everybody, but a lot of us. A lot of us on certain levels have a bad mentality. No matter how much money we got, no matter how far we got. Because we learned it from the next person. Hate is a learned behavior. Just like love. That is learned. But if we're not putting effort into learning, we're really putting effort into failing. That's what you're doing. You're putting solid effort into failing. It's nothing worse than an accidental dumbass. You didn't mean to. It ain't your fault you like the way you like. You grew up the way you grew up. I mean, but it's your job to change it. It ain't your fault that you got certain mindsets. We all got to do inner soul level work. I'm going to keep saying it. That is the root cause of every single shot ever fired out of negativity. Nobody has done inner work on the interpersonal level. Because you got rich people kill, poor people kill, and it's all for different reasons. But in reality, it all boils down to something fucked up about that person, and they didn't change it. They knew it. People know they off. Some people know they crazy. A lot of people know. But do you have the character? Do you care enough to change what it is that you know for a fact is an issue? When you know something an issue and you still won't change it, that's how you know your heart has been indoctrinated. That's worse than having an indoctrinated brain. When your heart get fucked up, your heart now believes certain shit a certain way. So now in your heart you hate this person, but you really don't know why. He ain't in your brain, because hate lives in the heart. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's saying, it's mental health, it's mental. It's deeper than mental health, motherfucker. These motherfuckers smart. They know, hey, that killing is wrong. They know they don't want to go to jail. They know they don't want to see all that blood. You know this shit. But in your heart, do you care? A motherfucker can know all day in their brain. But until you care in your heart, don't shit change. Until you care, that's where caring comes. Did you forget? We forgot that as a culture. Everybody. You forgot that hate actually lives deep in the heart. While you talking about mental health, shit. And just because you putting them in the church, you're making them go or whatever, that still don't mean they got a clean heart. There's so many low down folks in the church. That don't mean that. They took prayer out to school. They took common sense. They took decency and loyalty out to school. That's what the fuck they took out of school. It ain't got nothing to do with, you can say whatever you want to say in your head. That don't mean you believe it. They took prayer out to school and that's what happened. Nope. You're wrong again. Wrong again. They took philosophy out of school. They took soul searching out of the school. Or maybe it was never in there to begin with. But they took the shit out. And that's the problem. We're not analyzing the problem. We come to the same conclusions about the problem. So therefore the problem is never ever fixed. Because we can't fix a problem until we raise independent thinkers. Period. My favorite rapper, man, Park said we don't need no more musicians. We need thinkers. That's true. Because how is this shit gonna change if everybody is inside the box? If everybody is scared to go against the grain? Everybody is scared shitless because they've been raised a certain way. Just because you've been raised at a certain cadence, that don't mean that your tempo always gotta remain the same. You can upgrade that tempo anytime you want to. You can put some turbo, some nitrogen in your engine. You can put all that shit in there. You just gotta choose. Do you want to? Do you really want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do we want the world? Are we just ready for it to end? That's the question we gotta ask as humans. How bad do you want the world? Are you ready for it to end? That sounds like that would be another good ass show. So I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But yeah, we gotta know this. We gotta know. It's certain shit we have to understand. Not gonna keep you long. I like to hit it and quit it, because when you hit that spot good enough, you ain't got nothing else to prove. This has been Gun Powder Philosophy. I'm your host, Sergio.